today I did a look. It's part of my holiday series that I'm going to be doing. This is the first look from the series, and it is a very glittery look. So you can see I'm using the crushed metal pigments from the MAC Holiday Collection, also along with my Makeup Forever Flash Color Palette. And yeah, so it's nice and glittery. The other looks are going to be a little bit more toned down if this is something that you're not interested in, or if it's a little too much. But this is perfect if you're going to holiday parties, you're going to functions for your job, or if you're going to a formal event that you have a nice little black ball gown or something. This is something you can easily wear. We used the brown shade in the crease. That way it'll tone down some of the glitter, so it makes it a little bit more wearable. Everything else on the cheeks and lips will be as usual towards the end of the video. So if you want to see how I did this holiday look, then keep watching. Alright, so the first step that you want to do is apply some sort of primer. I'm using the one from Urban Decay. It's the Primer Potion. I'm going to apply a little bit of that all over my lid, because my lids are oily. Next, you want to apply your crease shade here, and we applied a brown shade, and the color is Wedge that I'm using from MAC. It comes off a little bit darker on camera. It does not look that harsh in person, I promise, because it's much lighter than in the pan. So you want to take a crease brush, one that's a little bit more tapered, a smaller one, and I'm going to start by applying that right in my crease. And you want to build this color up. And we're going to blend it. I know it looks a little harsh right now, but we will go back and work on it. It definitely doesn't take much to apply this color. It definitely builds up very nicely. Then you want to take your brow highlight. For me, that is going to be Brule from MAC. And you can use a fluffy brush as well, but I'm going to use just a little bit of this and go right over that area. And then just take a clean, fluffy brush and just kind of work that back and forth. Oh, we got a little bit of sparkle. Okay, so the next thing you want to do is apply a silver base. As you can see, this eye has a lot of sparkle. What I'm going to use is the Makeup Forever Flash Color Palette. I'm using that silver. And I'm using a deluxe crease brush from the Samantha Chapman brush collection, because it has that, it's a dual fiber brush, so therefore it doesn't pick up too much of the product since this does crease. So take a little bit of that and apply that to your lid area. Kind of staying right underneath the crease area. Alright. So the next thing you want to do is apply some a silver pigment. I'm using the MAC 239 brush, which is a flat brush, so I can pack on that color. I'm using the crushed metal or crushed metallic pigment from MAC. It's the silver sleeve. It's part of the dazzlespheres, the one that come in the little kits. This is from the one, I think this is the, yeah, it's the blue smoky one. And I'm going to actually use the color on the lid. As you can see, when you remove the little plastic, there's a lot on there. So I'm going to take that brush, tap off the excess, and then pat that color all over. As you can see, it instantly changes the way that looks. It intensifies it so much better, so much more than just the silver. I mean, you could just stop at that silver from the Makeup Forever if that's what you wanted, but because you're going for such a festive holiday look, I figured, why not? Okay, so that's pretty much good enough here. You can add more, you can add less if you want to. The next thing you want to do is tightline the upper waterline, and I want to control how much smokiness I have down here on the lower lash line. I wanted to use a specific pencil that's really creamy. So I'm going to use the Black Track Fluid Line from MAC. Obviously, I need to take the list so you can see it. It's a black liner with a flat eyeliner brush like this one. And I'm going to take that gel liner and I'm going to open my eyes really big and put it at the base of my lashes and just kind of stamp it. Just so it creates a thicker lash line effect. And then right in this inner corner as well. You may have to wipe the brush down a little bit because you may get some of that silver in there. And you don't want that to go into your eye. Okay, so now we're going to work on the lower lash line because this look does have false eyelashes, which you can't probably tell. Maybe from the side profile you can see the false eyelashes better, but just to give it a little bit of an extra something there. If you have long eyelashes, you don't have to do this. But before I do the lower lash line, I do want to take a brush and kind of work this color. I know my lining kind of is not the best right now because it's about to be dark, even though it's only going to be 5, but I wanted to blend this out just a little bit more. I'm going to do it on both sides. I know it comes off very harsh on camera, but hopefully the pictures that I take won't be so bad. Alright, so lower waterline, I'm using the Urban Decay 24/7 Pencil in Perversion. It's a really creamy, soft color, but I do want to apply some eyeshadow on the lower lash line. So I'm going to use a combination of 2 colors. I'm going to go with Wedge first, the first shade that we use on the crease. Take some of that. This is just the Loreal Eye Rims brush. It has a tiny little applicator. I'm going to go right underneath the lower lash line. And then I'm going to go over that with another color, darker brown. I believe this is called Espresso by MAC. Take a little bit of that, tap off the excess, and go right underneath it as well. Just to give it a little bit of a kind of smokier effect, but you do want to make sure that there is some form of connection from the wedge and the lower lash line to the wedge here. And I wanted it kind of like that outer V shape, so you can take a Q-tip and kind of clean that up. But that looks pretty good to me. Take that Perversion eyeliner and see how pigmented and creamy this is. It's almost like a liquid. I know this looks kind of gross, me pulling down my eye, but just tug on your eye, pull it down a little bit, just gently. Alright. Now, the fun part. We are going to add some false eyelashes, and I just noticed I didn't put any mascara on my lower lash line. I need to do that. I am going to use some Revlon lashes, fantasy lashes that I got. You can choose the one that you like. It doesn't have to be anything specific. You can skip this step, just curl your lashes and apply a lot of mascara. But I'm going to apply the false eyelashes, and then I'll be back to show you the eyeliner. Alright, so we're just about done. All we have to do is apply some liquid liner. I have my lashes on. I had a little bit of difficulty putting these lashes on. I don't know if it's because of the creamy base or the pigment, but for whatever reason it was giving me problems sticking, so hopefully it stays. Feels like it's dry enough. I'm using the L'Oreal Carbon Black Liner Intense just to kind of fill in the little gaps. And I did a little bit of a wing on the other eye, so I'm going to go ahead and do that as well. So just fill in those tiny little gaps. Now all you have to do is apply some mascara. I'm using Maybelline 1 by 1. And just applying a coat of that. I did go ahead and apply it to my lower lash line as well. So just a nice little generous coating of this. Alright, so the look is done. All we have to do is just some final touches. I want to do my blush. I want a matte blush so that the focal point will be around my eyes and not so much my cheeks. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use Pink Swoon by MAC. You probably, maybe now you can see my lighting kind of sucks, but now you can see it's a nice little pink color. So I'm going to just take it on my little kabuki brush and just apply a little bit of this just to give a nice kind of rosy back from a jog type glow to the cheeks, because you want, like I said, the eyes to really stand out with that glitter. And I think it came out really well. And now the lighting has kind of toned down that brown, so it may have looked a little freaky and crazy, but promise it's not like that in person. So just a little bit of this. Maybe you can tell a little bit of my lighting. And these are the limited edition Eco Tools set, if you're wondering. I love those. So for the lips, if you are at our party or at a function, you don't want to have to stop your conversations or mingling with people to do your lips. So I wanted to create a base that will last a little bit longer than most lipsticks and lip glosses. So I'm going to use the Tarte Lip Surgeon's Natural Lip Stain in Perky. And I did a video on this, a review on the holiday kit from Tarte. So apply that. A little bit goes a long way. So that's going to stay on, and it's going to create a nice stain, so you don't have to keep applying throughout the day or throughout the night. And then I'm going to top it with a little bit of a gloss. I want a little bit more of a shimmer. I'm going to use Sweetheart Gloss from NYX. It's just a soft, kind of glowy nude. And I'm just going to do just a couple dots. And that's it. Super simple and super easy. For my hair, I just took some of it and twisted it up, and I put a little bobby pin, then I put a little flowery rhinestone there, and jewelry. Keep it simple, because again, this is pretty out there. So I hope that you guys enjoyed that look. All of the products that I use will be listed on the more info, so expand that box. Also, links to my Twitter and my Formspring pages on there, so go ahead and follow me on Twitter so you get updates throughout the next coming days. I'm going to be tweeting about some videos that I'm going to be doing, so check that out. And I hope that you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.